Here we go again. We have arrived at number 27. Another great master of the 1800s, Johannes Hermann Zukertort, born in 1842, dies in 1888, loses twice to Steinitz, the World Championship match in 1886, and I think a friendly match before that in 1872. But other than that, he's dominant, and he was a good chess player. I saw some Zukertort games quite early on as well, and I remember I was being impressed with quite some stuff. What do you think about Mr. Zukertort?
Well, I mean, if you look at it from the stats, and we start having some stats, because this is within the Johannes area of things he's covered, right? So he's number one in the world for 4 years, 7 months, and it's true, he loses the match to Steinitz for the World Championship in 1886. I think that is the first official World Championship match, right? But in 3 years earlier, he wins a World Championship tournament, or it's seen as a World Championship tournament because it's the tournament where everybody in the world plays, because it has, for that time, exceptional prize money. And he seems to be the best player at that time, simply. And has been, well, he hasn't been dominating the sort of up to necessarily, but he's been around there. And as you can see, that, well, for more than 4.5 years, he's number one in the world. But I think, well, his main claim to fame is this 1883 tournament, where he's simply just extraordinary. And then being, well, world number one for a considerable amount of time. His sort of peak rating, according to Johannes, is 27.98, which is sort of high compared to others and such. And, well, also, as we will see later, we kind of like his chess as well. He seems to be a very strong player. So, I mean, for me, it's a bit of revelation to get to see Zukertort, because very serious player, and well, especially this 1883 result is just mind-boggling, simply.
He started with, what was it, 22 out of 23 in that tournament?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you gather the best players at the time, right? I mean, number two is, well, Steinitz plays the tournament, Blackburn plays, Chigarin plays. Okay, then it becomes, let's say, McKinsey, but you'll also see Winawer, you will see Bird. I mean, it's very, very serious competition. It's all names we've heard in conversations about being the best in the world or close to that. And he starts with 22 points out of 23. It makes absolutely no sense, right? No, we're not. Well, Steinitz and Chigarin is playing there, right? Names we actually rate very highly. And he just completely crushes the field.
Then I think also from his games, you could see he's already a pretty modern player in a way, no? Like, he goes knight f3, c4, e3, b3. Like, openings that are sort of topical nowadays, actually.
Yeah. I mean, no, the game we will see, I mean, your guess would not be, almost 150 years ago. It looks just completely normal. I mean, well, I haven't checked it with the computer, but I'm pretty sure it would say, yeah, that was fine. Maybe you can find 1 or 2 moves where you will say that is a bit dubious, but that's how it is. And no, that seems pretty modern and pretty strong, and not too many errors, and then an exceptional combinational mind, as we will see. But no, still, I think winning that tournament, I mean, this is actually 3 years before we crown Steinitz as the world champion. He wins a tournament with all the best players, 3 points ahead of Steinitz. So he gets a bit short-changed that we just starts having official world championships after, he's completely peaking, and well, he loses the match to Steinitz, but I think he's leading 4-1, right? Mm-hmm. And also he's in his mid-40s and dies a couple of years later at that point, and he had health problems and such. So I think under normal circumstances, we would have him higher up the ladder had things not turned out, unfortunately, him on sort of a personal, physical level and such. But, well, I think he obviously deserves his place in the history books and in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, no doubt. He also seems to be one of these all-around geniuses, or at least he was into many different things. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of research, but it says he was a soldier, musician, linguist, journalist, political activist. He played chess at that level. Yeah, in his mid-40s.
You are both a soldier and a journalist as well, right? But
yeah, linguist.
I don't know. I'm not capable to judge.
Musician. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Zukertort and me.
Let's talk about Zukertort. But yeah. But maybe we have a look at his game, right?
It's also a great name, has to be said. Zukertort.
Yeah, that's true.
This game is mainly famous for the final combination, but as mentioned, he was doing other things in the opening than his compatriots, where it was a lot of e4 attacking games, and he's, I would have started with b3.
Yeah, I mean, I think I also included it because he plays one c4, which is the English, right? So, I mean, that's also seen as some kind of level of sophistication, right? Instead of immediately occupying the center, you just sort of influence it in some way. But this is a pretty normal position, right? And
yeah, this you could very much see.
Why people start playing a6, we now get to understand, right? So
yeah, even then, I'm sure.
No, nothing is wrong with saying that. Well, a6
was happy with himself.
Standard because now he grabs the pair of bishops.
Yeah, which I guess was obvious at the time, but also, yeah,
black still looks incredibly solid, right?
Yeah, it's not exactly winning. Knight d2, knight df6. This is this famous Dvoretsky position, where Dvoretsky likes to mention, that knight b1 is a strong move here, leaving black with both knights. But we can't really expect that. And I'm also not sure, I haven't checked it with the computer, f3, how bad can it be? No, but knight b1.
Think actually, we're talking some years ago, I actually got curious and checked it with the computer, and it agreed on knight b1, that it was an even better move. And, well, Dvoretsky just uses an example of, he debates this kind of superfluous knight position where you have one beautiful square for the knight, but they will both like to stand there, and then exchanging a set of knights is stupid because they will start tripping over each other. But as I recall Dvoretsky, when he writes about it, well, he also gives an example of a good move. He's not necessarily seeing it's winning or it's the absolute best move, but I think he says that, well, actually in this classical game he had this thought, or maybe Yusupov had this thought, I forgot. But it's nice, but as you state, what he does is also, well, just have the pair of bishops for free then, right? So
yeah. f3, takes, d5.
It's also interesting he takes with the bishop, actually, to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. I would think about it. I'm not sure what I would do. The hand, I guess, was
maybe he plays
PC,
e5
but
and
then
you like
e5, and yeah, not so clear.
No, I mean, well, he might just be a better player than the two of us. So.
I think I was stronger than Blackburn.
Rook e1 is also nice, right? I mean, well, open lines just leads to exchanges. He has a very concrete idea and plan in mind, yeah?
Yeah, and he also understands there are no entry squares on the c file and that he should checkmate on the king side, so no, he's just a good player. f4, now f5 is coming. Yeah, black maybe somewhat naively goes g6 and then f5, but f5, ef6 also doesn't look great.
g6 looks incredibly logical, no?
Yeah, I mean, the combination now to go f5 next move, but it's a tough position, yeah? G4 is...
You really like the bishop on a6 creating some kind of entry scares, right? I mean, yeah. But it's generally just a beautiful setup, right? I mean, but of course, the brilliance comes later.
Yeah, he goes f5, and I guess white has a choice between a slow build or opening, but opening here looks very promising. Knight f6, f5, knight to e4, and now it gets concrete. Takes here, and rook c2. Zwischenzug is what Blackburn had counted on, hitting this bishop and the queen. But turns out Zukertort had it covered. G8, king h8. I guess if king h7, rook h3 check.
Well, and rook h3, and you the queen enters with tempo. Well, the point is that black is kind of winning a piece. That is his big point, right?
Yeah.
I assume queen h6 is just game over, but so would queen d4 be and such. It doesn't. But
so he goes king h8, trying to hide. d5 check, using this bishop while still here. Pawn to e5, and now the star move of the game, and probably of the tournament. One of the nicer moves that you see in the chess books. Queen to b4. And the thing is, if this queen gets captured, it's not checkmate in 2 moves or something. You have to calculate some stuff, no?
I think I checked it with the computer. It's in 7. So.
Oof. Let's see if I find it. I guess we have to give checks. Check.
Better, yeah.
King G8. It looks bad because of Rook H8.
That's
so
in
King
1, yes.
G6. Now, okay, I keep giving checks. Check here. King G7 is probably Rook G3. King forward. Check, check. Is this mate? Check. Ah, yeah, this is mate. Check, check, check. Check. Yeah, it's nice.
No, I mean, okay, it's, well, we would all expect ourselves to solve it when we know it's an exercise and such, but, well, he actually planned for this one quite in advance, right? Because else he's just going to lose a piece and such. So,
no, it's very possible. He spotted all this when he went FG6.
Oh, it's just an impressive game on many levels, right? It's, you know, a sophisticated opening start, then he just plays good common sense positional chess and plays a brilliant plan, and then he sort of executes a beautiful combination. So, no, it's very, very impressive, I think.
Should also mention this, Rook C5, he does not give Blackburn a break, but sacrifices more. Rook F8. If Queen F8, Bishop E5 check wins, King H7, Queen E4, and mate to come, and King H7 directly, doesn't really help. The final little touch, which is also nice, not the whole game is just very nice, is Bishop G7 check. If Queen G7, Queen E8 checkmate, and King G8, we take the Queen. No, good stuff by Zukertort, I'm a fan. I can't hear Peter Heine, but I think we're done with the video, and Zukertort very much deserves his spot there. Died shortly after losing this match in 1886 against Steinitz. But seems like Steinitz was his big rival in that time. Other than that, he was far ahead of everybody else. And that 1883 tournament was pretty impressive. That's it from us. Can't hear you, Peter, but thank you for what. Oh, there you are. You can say something now.
Yeah, no, I said that. I mean, Steinitz gets much more recognition, but it's clear that it's Zukertort who wins this tournament, and he's ahead in the match. So it could, I mean, roles could very much have been reversed in the case that, well, his health had been better. So.
Yeah. Steinitz gets the recognition, and rightly so, because he's the first official world champion. But chess-wise, I have to say, of course, not all the games look the same. But what I've seen from Zukertort, I was more impressed with than what I've seen from Steinitz. Either way, Zukertort, well-deserved entry into this list. Bye.